not to mess around this time.
No, sir. Go right for it. That's a terrific look.
After doing the casting show, I decided to come on here and wear this, and you would never be able to ask me why I look like this. I mean, what would be the point, really?
No, you look, see, how would you describe that?
I would describe it as, like, fab.
I'm sorry? Fap?
Fab, F-A-B.
Oh, fab, F-A-B.
Number shirt, which is selling very well. And we also have the Boy George cabbage doll.
Oh, my gosh. Now...
Shut up. Shut up. When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you, okay?
That's right.
Actually, I have something for you to put on, because you look really boring, so put this on. Come on, make him put it on!
This is great. Now, is this an expensive piece we have on here?
To you, it would be.
That looked very nice, that video, as they say.
Thank you.
Before we go any farther, I was leafing through one of New York City's finest daily newspapers today. And what kind of reaction did you get from your family? Tell me about your family. What kind of folks
well, my family are very intelligent, and they don't laugh at people when they're in studios, you know.
Ah, see?
And they're basically, you know, my parents couldn't give a damn, really, you know. I call myself Boy George because basically I'm a very masculine person. I'm more of a man than any of you, anyway. And basically, I like people to hear the song and kind of add another dimension. So I call myself Boy George because most people thought I was Brooke Shields. And I'm kind of trying to sort of, you know, confuse people a bit.
George, you're not actually a fan, are you, of rap or hip-hop music as such?
Who said that?
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who has been saying that?
Well, you know, I mean, the image. You're not a fan of the image.
I like rap
portrayed.
music, but I don't like the homophobic aspect of rap at all. I don't like the fact that they don't like queers. Having said that, that does exist in rock and roll as well. But obviously, you know, it is a big issue with rap.
I made this outfit especially for you.
It's wonderful. You're not going to give it to me, though?
Oh, no.
No.
Well, not the outfit.
No. Which brings up a... But do you prefer men or women? I'm just curious.
Oh, both.
That's fabulous.
Like you.
Yeah, okay. No.
I prefer anyone who'll have me. That's the truth.
You're so attractive.
Well, I said that when we started the band, Kissing to Be Clever was basically all about how we felt, you know, about black and white music. Rock and roll was stolen from the blacks. And I think basically that influence is something that's always been denied, you know, in music. I mean, obviously, you know, there are a lot of black artists who are extremely successful, but I'm just talking about the way certain artists always pretend that their music is very original, when most music is basically from black people.
The special fans conference at the Siebel, organised by The Sun and Terry Willisey tonight, certainly showed George to be as colourful in person as he is on stage.
I just wondered, like, I think you've got a really good voice. I just wondered why you have to dress up to be a girl to get attention. I mean, do you like it? Or do you think... No, or is it an image?
First of all, you're wearing a man's shirt and a man's jumper. So, are you dressed as a boy? This is the problem, you know. We did a press conference last week, and a woman dressed as a man, well, by the logical terms of their dressing, she was dressed as a man, and she asked me the same question. I'm not dressed as a woman because I don't wear brassiere, and I wear white fronts, and a pussy is a really insulting tag for a homosexual.
He said himself this morning he was a pufter.
Yeah. Well, I think...
It could be a gay, a queer, or a fag.
Oh. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you. If you can't speak, I can't learn. I'll never grow.
I'll teach you.
Heterosexuality's finest moment.
I love him. I love him.
You do?
I do.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a pufter. Oh.
darling.
It must be a bit irritating being photographed the whole time, isn't
Well, it's just because they don't ask, they treat you like an animal, and it's just really...
George's anger was directed at the hordes of America.
Do you worry that you'll have to change your image in order to sort of keep people's interest going, or have you always looked like this?
Well, I don't think I have an image anyway. I mean, I just dress up. I'm an eccentric, and that's that. I haven't got an image. I'm not sort of a corny pop star. I mean, I was walking around like this, you know, 5 years ago. Just because I happen to have a record out doesn't mean that I'm, you know, exploiting my image. I'm just naturally beautiful.
Don't forget to say hello to my mum.
Oh, hello, Mary's mum. Hello.
Not only did they not know what you looked like, they didn't know what sex you were earlier on.
Yeah, well, I like that, you know. It's quite good.
He's not sure yet, are you?
No, I'm not sure either. No. Nor she. She kissed me earlier.
Yeah. God, this show's a quagmire of filth.
Ecco, a questo punto che cosa dobbiamo dire? Io non so se capisce quello che io dico. Do you understand what I say? No, you haven't understood anything. Well, I was telling them that you have been voted the best male singer and best female singer. This is what's written here, you know. So I was trying to find out which one do you prefer? Both. Male singer? Both.
Both.
You prefer both. Dice, a me va benissimo tutti e due, maschio e femmina. Il personaggio con il grande cilindro. What is your name? Mikey. Mikey. Where do you come from?
London.
From London, I see. I thought you came from Jamaica.
No.
No, Jamaica. Perché c'è un po' di musica giamaicana in questa musica, mi sembra, c'è un suono.
You know, I mean, in the way artists in the 80s dictated their own art form, and I think now it feels like things are much more formula. You know, there's a formula to becoming famous, to making a record. You know, everybody seems to be making the same record now. Do you know what I mean? Everybody wants a piece of the same pie. Nobody's really fighting to be an individual. Even someone like Lady Gaga, who looks great, the music could be Calvin Harris, it could be David Guetta. It's all very similar sounding. You know, there seems to be, we live in the age of the pop formula. You know, and I think, in a way, that's why people look back at the 80s, because people were doing it for themselves. You know, they were kind of doing their own thing.
Well, you didn't wear a dress just as well, because if they'd seen you in a dress...
I don't wear dresses.
Yeah, well, you know them long...
I don't wear dresses.
Aren't they dresses?
No,
oh.
They're called cassocks.
Oh.
Priests wear those.
Yeah. And they're different, are they?
Yes, they are different, actually. Well, would you call a priest a transvestite? Would you go and ask him why he's wearing a dress? Of course not.
Well,
so just answered your question.
Yeah.
Bluff.
Yeah.
Can you kick a ball?
I've no desire to kick a ball. I've got better things to do with my balls.